Yo, turn the lights down low and the drama up. She's late, she's loud, and she live. Woo! You already know who it is. Shades 2, baby. She back again. Crowd lit, vibe on 10. Shay walk in like we back again. News, tea, jokes and spins. She don't do small talk, she go in. From the headlines to the comment section, she call names with no correction. You tuned in, don't act brand new. It's late night, baby, she got that view.
It's late night with Shay.
She say what she want and laughs all day. Look on Shay's tube, press replay. You thought I lacked name, back again.
It's late night with Shay.
She say what she want and laughs all day. Look on Shay's tube, press replay. You thought I left, nah, I'm back again. Popcorn ready, wig on alert. She dropped one line and somebody hurt. Talk show queen with a side of roast. She run this thing from coast to coast. Late on purpose, still on time. She hit you with shade, then call it a rhyme. Talk smart, talk slick, talk flame. Say the name right here, late night with Shay.
It's late night with Shay.
She say what she want and laughs all day. Live on Shay's tube, press replay. You thought I left, nah, I'm back again.
It's late night with Shay.
She say what she want and laughs all day. Live on Shay's tube, press replay. You thought I left, nah, I'm back again. That's right. News, drama, laughs, whatever else you feel like. One mic, one queen. Late night with Shay. On Shay's tube, she back again.
It's late night with Shay.
Yeah, she say what she want and laughs all day. Live on Shay's tube, press replay. Now you thought I left, nah, I'm back again.
It's late night with Shay.
She say what she want and laughs all day. Live on Shay's tube, press replay. And you thought I left, nah, I'm back again. Yeah.
Hey guys, welcome to Phase 2 Late Night Owls Talk Time. And thank you guys so much for tuning in. Happy and blessed Thursday to you guys. It's July the 17th, 2025, 12:13 a.m. out here on the West Coast. And again, welcome to Shay's Tube. Thank you to everybody who's watching as well. Let me go ahead and do the copyright disclaimer. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. That entire copyright disclaimer is in my description area. Part of it is scrolling across that screen, and it will be in my comment area as soon as I get a chance to put it there. Guys, if you enjoyed this content tonight, make sure you thumbs it up. Also, if you are not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe below. Hit the bell notifications, share, and leave a comment. And thank you guys so much. Welcome to Jermaine over here. What's up, Jermaine? What's up? What's up? Welcome to everybody in the bushes and everybody who watched this in the replay. Y'all, this is going to be a trip out live tonight because, man, this explosive news regarding the lead prosecutor in Diddy's case, and also she's overseeing Epstein's case as well, and Ghislaine Maxwell's case. Maureen Comey, you guys, the federal prosecutor, has been terminated. All right, that is a hot ass mess, and we are going to talk about this in a minute. Before we do, go get you something to drink, relax, and see the bed. If you are at work, continue to do your job, but listen and watch me on the download. But this is crazy, guys. I also want to tell you what a cellmate, or a guy who was in prison with Epstein, what he said about Epstein and him committing the S word. All right. And if I have enough time, I have another story to tell you guys. So we are going to go ahead and get started. Let me go get a piece of gum real quick. Gosh. So I'm going to do something crazy with my tongue. Oh, let me go ahead and get this gum. And then we are going to go ahead and start off with this live. Now, let me go ahead and put, Jermaine said over here, like, comment, share, and subscribe. Support the stream with super chat, super stickers, cash app, $ Shades Tube, or grab yourself a membership for $4.99. He says, salute to the real ones holding it down. And thank you guys in advance for that, okay? All right, thanks, Jermaine, for putting that up there. All right. So first thing first, let's go ahead and talk about Maureen Comey, all right? The lead prosecutor in Diddy's case, former lead prosecutor, who said that she was going to ask for the maximum amount of time for Diddy, all right? We're going to talk about her being fired, as well as what does this mean for Diddy's case, okay? So let me go ahead and change my banner real quick so we can know, so other people can know what I'm talking about. Let's spell her name right this time. Okay, let's take this one down. Let's take this down right here. And banner. Okay. What's up, young Riz? Thank you so much for tuning in. Happy and blessed. Is it Thursday there? Yeah. Or is it Friday? Well, happy and blessed whatever day it is there. I think it's Thursday, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not sure. What's up, Joe Bernard? Thank you so much for tuning in as well. Okay. So as I was saying, the lead prosecutor in Diddy's case, and she also worked on Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell's criminal case. She was fired earlier on Wednesday. Okay. Now, they said that it is not immediately clear why she was dismissed from her job, but her firing is also notable because she is the daughter of a former FBI director, James Comey, who was fired by President Trump during his first term. Anyway, her father is reportedly under investigation by the Trump administration in connection with the Russia probe. Now, as we already know, before she got fired, Maureen Comey led the prosecution of Sean Diddy Combs in an ex-trafficking and racketeering trial. The jury cleared him of racketeering, conspiracy, and ex-trafficking charges, but convicted him of the related charges. Now, Ms. Comey served for nearly a decade as an assistant U.S. attorney in the Southern District of New York, according to her LinkedIn profile. So, some things she did, as a prosecutor, is that she successfully prosecuted gang members, drugs and firearm traffickers, and murderers, according to the DOJ website. She also led the prosecution of Epstein assistant Ghislaine Maxwell, who was convicted of ex-trafficking and sentenced 20 years in prison. Representatives for the White House and the Department of Justice did not immediately respond to EXO's request for comment on Wednesday evening. The Southern District of New York declined to comment. You said DOJ cited Article 2 in the termination. Alleged. Really? Okay, we got to look that up. Okay, thank you, Noah's first. Okay. So they are also, let's see. So they also want her husband dismissed, okay? He's an assistant U.S. attorney in the Civil Rights Division. They're calling for him to be dismissed. Anyway, a far-right activist named Laura Loomer, she wants the husband, dismissed from his position as well. So let's see what else we got on this real quick, y'all. Let me see what else I got. Okay, let's see. Let's see what they got here. Let's see. So while I'm looking at some, let me let y'all watch some videos on it. Really? I figured you was going to say that, you being a Republican. I knew you was going to say that. All right. Let me go ahead and what are you doing? Why do you always be jumping off this video like that? Like something is wrong with you, and then you dash over there. Gosh. Okay, let me go ahead and show y'all these videos while I look up some more of this information to see what I want to use. Okay, let me do this real quick. Let's go ahead and present, share screen. So y'all can watch these while I look up some more stuff. Just look at this one.
You aren't paying attention. So we have to get this information out to everybody.
There it is.
I've connected the two dots.
You didn't connect shit, but
I've connected them.
What the man?
Why with the how did this what's happening right now?
Okay, so that was a legit
You are-
joke. Okay. So let's see who else. Let's get some real people up here. She got devil horns right back there. Okay, let's see. Let's see who we want to use.
New tonight, 3 sources confirming to NBC News that Maureen Comey, a prominent SDNY prosecutor and daughter of former FBI Director James Comey, was fired today. She played a big role in prosecuting Epstein, as well as Ghislaine Maxwell, and in the Diddy trial. We cannot confirm a link between Trump and the firing at this time, but Trump has been going after Democrats, including James Comey, the FBI reportedly opening a probe into him last week. As for her role in the Maxwell case as it pertains to the Epstein files, Politico reporting, quote, a judge upheld the FBI's denial of access to the bulk of the Epstein records. The judge's ruling rested largely on a formal declaration from a federal prosecutor deeply involved in the Epstein and Maxwell prosecutions. Assistant U.S. Attorney Maureen Comey, the daughter of former FBI Director James Comey, she argued that disclosure of the investigative records was likely to interfere with the appeal in Maxwell's case. The exact reason for termination remains unclear, but sources say she was terminated pursuant to Article 2 of the Constitution. New tonight, 3 sources confirming to NBC News.
That's what I have here. They said that she was informed of her firing in a letter that cited Article 2 of the Constitution, which describes the powers of the president according to 2 of the people. All right. So, I don't know, guys. I mean, it sounds stripped out. Sounds a little bit sketchy, to me, They claim that Jeffrey Epstein did not have a list, but they were talking about a list before. So now all of a sudden, no list. I mean, it's just plainly crazy. Hold on, let's see what else we got over here. Let's see. Okay, let's see what they're saying about this. I already have the information on this too, but I just want to see what they are going to say regarding this. First, let's see what she's saying. What does Diddy, Epstein, and Maxwell all have in common?
What does Diddy,
Maureen.
Epstein, and Maxwell all have in common? And no, I'm not talking about certain members of the royal family or high-ranking politicians. I'm talking about the U.S. attorney that worked for the prosecutor's office, Maureen Comey. And I say worked for because she has now been fired from the U.S. attorney's office. Now, some background on Maureen Comey. She is James Comey's daughter. He was the former U.S. FBI director that was fired by Trump in 2017. Now, there's the contention that he was fired because he was looking into possible ties with Russia during the Trump campaign, but formally, he was let go because of his handling of investigating Hillary Clinton's personal email server. But what we most know Comey for is her being a prosecutor in the Diddy case, that she was involved in the Epstein case, and she is the one that helped get the conviction against Maxwell, who is currently serving a 20-year sentence for trafficking minors. There has been no official statement as to why Maureen Comey has been fired, but I find it a very interesting coincidence that on July 2nd, Diddy was found innocent of most of the charges except for the transportation with the purposes of, Then on July 7th, there was an unsigned memo that came out from the Department of Justice and the FBI, basically stating that there is no evidence that there ever was an Epstein list. And then also in July, Ghislaine Maxwell's family is petitioning that her charges and her sentence should be overruled because basically they're saying that she made a deal with the federal government that anyone that was a co-conspirator with Epstein would not be prosecuted. And they are saying that that is actually not true. They did make that deal, but that only pertained to Florida and to not any other states where she might be charged. And if you remember, she was formally charged and convicted in Manhattan. Not to worry, though, the Supreme Court has denied her petition to have her charges overturned. Regardless, these are too many coincidences and too many high-profile cases that Maureen Comey has been involved in. So my question is she going to take the fall as the scapegoat for not getting the appropriate convictions against Diddy? Or is this a way to warn her to keep quiet about all of the things that she has seen? What does Diddy, Epstein, and Maxwell...
So what do y'all think? Do y'all think this is a coincidence or what? I mean, because it's very strange. You know what I'm saying? How she was just let go. And why? I mean, like, for real. Why wasn't she let go before now? Why did they wait until after Diddy's trial was over to let her go? Why is that? So let's go to see.
The lead prosecutor in the Sean Diddy Combs trial has been fired from the Justice Department. According to multiple media outlets, they're reporting that Maureen Comey, the daughter of James Comey, the former FBI director, also worked at the Southern District of New York, has been let go from the Justice Department. This comes after a major loss for the Justice Department, where Diddy was not convicted of the most serious of charges, racketeering and trafficking. So what was the reason that Maureen Comey was let go from the Justice Department? They have not confirmed any of the details, but people are speculating it was because of the big loss in the Sean Diddy Combs trial. Or is this revenge from the Trump administration because her father is James Comey?
Let's stop right here. Now, I honestly don't believe it's because Diddy was not convicted, okay, of the racketeering and conspiracy. I don't believe that. I really, truly don't believe that. I believe it was already in the works. Hey, Tony Vance, thank you so much for tuning in. And I believe they timed it just as they wanted to time it, at this time right now. I don't believe this has anything to do with, Diddy winning, as far as, not being convicted of the X trafficking and the other charge. So what did you say, Jermaine? You said that they are connected. Epstein and Diddy are connected. Maureen Comey was not a political appointee. She worked her way up. You said no coincidence. Okay, so you said that Epstein and Diddy are connected. How are they connected, Jermaine? So anyway, they said that Trump claimed without evidence that files related to Mr. Epstein's crimes were concocted by Mr. Comey as well as by former Presidents Joseph R. Biden Jr. and Barack Obama. He has also hit back at critics, including his own supporters, who have assailed, I think it's assailed the administration for refusing to release Epstein-related files. He said, I don't understand why they would be so interested. And that's what Donald Trump said to reporters on Tuesday. He also said he has been unalive for a long time. He was never a big factor in terms of life. I don't understand what the interest or what the fascination is. I really don't. What you mean? What you mean? If there is actually a list and they have political figures on this list, this is why people are so interested in this. And the thing is, it's been said so many times, before that he did have a list. I'm just trying to figure out how now there's no list. Okay. And then she gets terminated. What is the connection there? And then you said, Jermaine, that Diddy and Epstein are connected. How? Paul said, no, they are not connected. So why do you say they're not connected, Paul? And then, Jermaine, let me know why do you say they are connected. They did say there is no explicit indication that Mrs. Comey's firing was related to her work on the cases against Mr. Epstein and Mrs. Maxwell, who was convicted in 2021 for her role in a years-long scheme to actually exploit underage girls. So some people are saying that her firing raises the possibility that she has been set up as a scapegoat as the administration fights to move past the scandal. I honestly think that, I believe, I don't know for sure, but I believe it was a list. And I think it's been, clearly, they just pull in one, over our eyes. Because why did they say there was a list? And then they had some, people were walking, going around making up names, and they were doing it all on social media, just different places, so what was that all about? This is crazy. Let's see. And then, like I said, what do you think this will do for Diddy's case? Okay. So let me see what else I have here. Let's see what else we got here. What did y'all say? You said, my opinion is Diddy knows who was on that list or had access to the list itself. Could be a possibility. Could be a possibility. Just like Elon Musk knows about it. And that could be a possibility. All right. We just don't know. You know what I'm saying? We don't know what these people be up to. You know? See, what if this lady was let go because of some other underlying reason? Okay. What if it was related to Diddy and Epstein? What if it was? Let's see what else I got here. So let's see what they got right here. Let's see what this information is saying right here. Let's see the same thing as this. So what if it really is a list, right? Okay. What if it really is a list, you guys? Also, what if, because you guys know that Diddy has 2 charges that he was convicted of, right? Transportation for the purpose of the P word, right? So, with this lead prosecutor being fired, of course, there's another prosecutor taking her place. And he is a supporter of Donald Trump. But we don't know with this new prosecutor, we don't know how he will approach this Diddy's case, okay? Because we do know the lead prosecutor, Maureen Comey at the time, she said she's going to go for the maximum amount of time, right? That's what I read yesterday. However, we know he wasn't going to be a that much time like that. So this new prosecutor may just be a little tad different, you know, and he may actually go for a lighter sentence. Do y'all think that? Right, U.S. Attorney J. Clayton. That is who is replacing Maureen Comey. He said that he was appointed by President Trump as the interim U.S. Attorney for the Southern District of New York in April 2025. He's a Trump guy, right? But y'all do know that Diddy and Trump were friends, all right, back in the day. And may still be, I don't know. So, I mean, Comey was so hell bent into getting Diddy the maximum amount of time that she could. You know what I'm saying? Plus, she was trying to get him convicted and everything. I'm trying to talk without saying too much. This new prosecutor, Jay Clayton, he may not even be going for like a really lengthy sentence. What do you guys think about that? Without me saying too much. And he may not push anything further about the Epstein list because they already said there was no list. So he may just leave it at that and not even question it anymore. You see what I'm saying? Al Comey probably was still questioning that because, you know, for the longest they were pushing the fact that it is a list. And now all of a sudden there's no list. Because even if Trump was doing this, listen, even if Trump was doing this for retaliation, why would he wait this long? He could have let her go a long time ago. Why would he wait until now, right at the right when they're getting ready to sentence Diddy? Why remove this person right as they are getting ready to sentence this dude in October? Of course, he said there was a list. He said he was going to show the list. Remember? He said that was one of the first things he was going to do. Now, all of a sudden, there's no list. Could it be that some of the names on the list are people in high-ranking positions that they do not want to get out? And since Comey was pushing for that list, as well as pushing for Sean Diddy Combs to be serving in prison for the maximum time, could that have played a role in why she was fired? Because if it was just retaliation, why would he wait so long to do it? He could have did it a long time ago. He could have fired her before Diddy even went to trial. He could have fired her way back when Diddy got arrested, a couple months after he got arrested, and they would have a whole new lead prosecutor in place right now. Why wait until now? What was so important for him to wait until now to fire this lady? So what y'all said? You said this is a big cover-up. Okay, so what do you think they are trying to cover up? And you said you think they're trying to cover up the fact that Trump is on that list. You never know. I mean, you say Elon Musk has hinted at this. So if there's no list, why did Elon Musk allegedly, why did he hint to the fact that Trump is on that list? You say it might be the reason they fell out. I don't know. I do not know. Oh, man. Hold on, y'all. So they did say that they said the firing is not explicitly linked to the Combs case. However, they said her dismissal raises questions about potential political motivations in the future of the Combs case. Now, they did say that the timing of Comey's firing shortly after the verdict in the Combs case is notable, especially since Combs was found guilty on lesser charges but acquitted on the more serious charges of racketeering and ex-trafficking. Now, they did say this could be, a potential for appeal. They said her firing may complicate the prosecution's case if an appeal is filed by Combs. So again, why would he fire her right at the sentencing? Why? I'm waiting for y'all to tell me this in the comment section because I'm not saying it. Again, let me ask this question one more time. Why do you think she was fired by allegedly Trump right at the time when Sean Diddy Combs is going to be sentenced in less than July, August, September, 2.5 months or so? Why choose this firing now? Why wasn't this done a long time ago? Like as soon as he became president, maybe a week later, he could have fired her. Why wait until now? Because it does say here that he was displeased with her dad and the daughter. So if he was so displeased with them both, he fired the dad. So why didn't he let go of the daughter? And even if he wanted to let go of her, right, why not wait until the sentencing is over? So, okay, him waiting until October the 12th, or 13 or 14 or 15 or whatever. So if he would have waited until after the sentencing, would have messed up anything? Okay, because I'm still trying to figure out, why would you fire her right before the sentencing hearing and not wait until it's over? Let's see what else they got here. See. So you said expect upcoming filings, particularly the sentencing memo, to reveal whether Clayton's office will stand firm on the 51 to 63-month range or recalibrate. I think they will recalibrate. Okay, and let's see what the word recalibrate means, just in case people don't know what it means. And don't you even tell us, let me define it. Or did over again. Let's see. Is that what that means, to do something over again? To reset it or fine tune it? To adjust something or reevaluate or just do it to change how you think and things like that. So that's what that means. So you think they will change it and have do a lighter sentence or what? And just say if they do that, right, a lighter sentence, the prosecution asks for a lighter sentence, okay? So Sean Diddy Combs can get out early. So then what does that tell you guys? If they do that, if the lead prosecutor, which is Jay Clayton, right, that's his name, if he decides to do a lighter, ask for a lighter sentence, and Trump fired this lady, allegedly, right before the sentencing, what do you guys think that means? You said best Diddy mom? Okay. So what do you guys think that means? You said at best Diddy may have seen Epstein because they both from New York City. How do y'all think that? Let's just go into a little bit more of this. I really don't be trying to say too much, but I'm gonna let y'all say it. Do y'all think that Diddy and Epstein were basically connected somehow to one another? Do you think some of the same people who were attending the Epstein parties or whatever he had going on, do you think some of these same people attended Diddy's parties and things? You said Clayton will do what the F his boss Trump tells him to do. Okay. So you're saying that if Trump tells him not to request for a long sentence and do a lighter sentence, Clayton will do exactly that. That's what you said, Jermaine. You said Epstein and Diddy are both from New York, so everyone knows everyone else. Yeah, but if you know that someone is engaging in crazy shit, you should, even if you do know of them, you should not be hanging with them. And I mean, that's another thing. There's no list. Allegedly, there's no list. Okay, so we really won't know who was all on his island or anything. So, Payo, you don't think that it's connected or anything, huh? You say he may not have known. Now, I don't know if I believe that one right there, Payo, because it's just like, when people claim they didn't know Diddy was doing all this weird shit at his freak-offs. Okay? And I just refuse to believe that all these people didn't know anything, You said no, hell no. You said, did they know each other? Who knows? But Diddy knows about Epstein dealings and who he was dealing with. Okay. The thing about, I think this is probably bigger than what we think. You know what I'm saying? I really do. Because it's a very weird coincidence how Trump decided to fire this lady right when they are getting ready to sentence Sean Diddy Combs. And we all know that she was going in. She was out for Combs' throat. And to me, it just sounds weird. I'm just going to be perfectly honest. Why would you let go of a person who is trying to get this man the maximum time of prison to keep him off the streets and everything? 20 years. That's the maximum. 10 years for each offense. Why would you fire her so she wouldn't be able to do this anymore? And then you replace her with Jay Clayton, who is basically, he will basically do whatever Trump tells him to do. And then Trump used to be friends with Diddy and probably still is. Okay? He said he may not have known, talking about Diddy may not have not known about Epstein. He said there is no such thing as coincidences in politics. I think it was all planned. I'm just using the word coincidence. Okay, just to keep it, but I think it was all planned. Okay? And I'm shocked that we don't see any conspiracy theories yet, but give it time on TikTok, they will have it up here. Okay, so let's see. Give it time. They will have all types of stuff up here. See, look at this. That's crazy to fire her.
So Trump just fired Maureen Comey. Yeah. Let's talk about why that's actually insane. You might not know her name like that.
Okay, we can't listen to her because she has music. I don't understand why they have this music on in the background all the time. Damn, it be so loud you can't even concentrate on what she's saying. So let me move on from her. I'm trying to see if anybody is going to say. I'm just looking what she got up here. Okay, there she's talking about something totally different. Anyway, let's see what else. Let's see what he's saying. Okay.
So we back on. All right. So we back on the Diddy case. Maureen Comey, the lead prosecutor of the Diddy case, who handled it or mishandled, depending upon what set of facts you want to accept, was just fired from the U.S. Attorney's Office out in the Southern District of New York. Now, funny enough, she was actually up due to have a trial on the Epstein case. Really, she was supposed to be prosecuting Ghislaine Maxwell. That's the co-defendant of Jeffrey Epstein. And if you want to compare monsters to monsters, it doesn't get no more monstrous of Epstein when it comes to these sexual crimes, right? Yeah, Diddy did some things, right, to Cassie and Jane Doe and whomever else, but Epstein, it was a different ball game. You talking about Diddy had a black book, Epstein had a documented book. Epstein had volumes of people that purportedly visited his precarious islands, from your favorite rapper to your favorite comedian. Either way, the rumor from mainstream media, social media, and the purported insiders was that Maureen fumbled the bag. She fumbled the evidence. Now, let me just be clear. Lawyers mess up all the time. Lord knows how many times I done messed up, right? From forgetting facts, forgetting evidence, losing evidence, forgetting witnesses, misconstruing the cases, misconstruing the venues, going to the wrong court. Lawyers mess up all the time. It's not nothing new. So for her to get fired, and you may not know this, but her father is James Comey, right? I don't know if you know who James Comey is, but that's the director of the FBI, right? The lead, the head honcho of the FBI. It doesn't get no head honchoer than that, right? The appointee from the president himself, right? So for her to get fired, considering her background, and considering how, that's kind of like a part of course of messing up, it's something to me, something more fishy than, something more sinister than that. Like, listen, Damian Williams, the brother, the U.S. attorney himself, isn't just gonna, push away a pink toe like that. Like, it gotta be something more sinister. Like, I don't think it's just because she may have messed up or lost a file or even intentionally deleted a file for her to get fired. Listen, prosecutors do stuff, malicious acts all the time, and they don't get fired. They may get a little write-up, but a lead prosecutor, particularly Maureen Comey, who's been prosecuting cases for the last 20 years, for her to get fired, it got to be something bigger than that. It got to be bigger than Nino Brown, right? What y'all think? Am I on to something? Am I spiraling out? Am I on some conspiracy rant? Or is it something big? Some may say it's because of stuff that happened in the Diddy case. Diddy's attorneys were screaming, or they mishandling the evidence, they mishandling the facts. They were screaming for mistrials. Now, obviously, it wasn't to the level of YSL, right? How Brian Steele was into that level, but they was making complaints, right? So, but even with that, like prosecutors intentionally suppress exculpatory evidences all the time, and nothing happened. A lawsuit may happen. The person that was violated may get a couple dollars 10, 20 years later, but on to the next one, right? So for her to get fired, I think it's bigger. I don't know. What y'all think? Am I spiraling out? Is this just a big conspiracy in my mind? What y'all think? I don't know. I'm Mr. CKB and I'm out. All right, so we back on the Diddy case. Maureen Comey, the lead prosecutor of...
So the thing is, he even think it's something bigger. I definitely do too. I don't believe he just let her go like that, especially, yeah, Article 2, Trump's decision. I think that's what it says. I think I just read it. But what was I going to say? Yeah, I think it's just very weird how he chose to do it right at this particular time, when one would say he could have did this way before Diddy trial even started. All right. It's just weird, without me saying too much. It's just very strange. You need to add anything else to this, Jermaine, or anybody else in the chat? All it says that Trump was dissatisfied. And again, hold on, y'all, hold on. That dismissal, hold on. That Article 2 of the U.S. Constitution, it is a portion of the Constitution that lays out the president's powers. So let's see what some of these commenters are saying regarding this. Hold on, let me let it come up. It's taking forever to come up. Okay, let's see. Somebody said Attorney Maureen Comey has worked on cases involving obstruction of justice, racketeering, and embezzlement. These are the Trump administration's favorite things, so obviously she has to go. Okay? And then he said, I'm sure it's written somewhere in Project 2025, and DJT seems scared. Very, very scared. Now that his supporters want to see the Epstein files. So welcome to the 2025 Trump deep state. Somebody else said 2 significant cases, and she actually did a poor job on both. Although there were convictions, she failed with her antics and failure to properly present evidence and state opening and closing arguments, resulting in other charges getting not guilty verdicts. Let's see what some other people are saying. Yeah, this person wrote a whole book. So let's see what this person is saying. So this dude said on July the 6th, 2019, Epstein was arrested by federal agents at Teterboro Airport in New Jersey, facing federal charges for ex-trafficking of minors in Florida and New York. He pleaded not guilty to these charges. And then August the 10th, 2019, he was found unalive in his jail cell, with the medical examiner ruling his, a S word by hanging. Obama was not president at that time, and neither was Hillary. Trump was, and only he of the 3 was eligible to control a federal prison when this S thing happened. And James Comey, the 7th director of the Federal Bureau of Investigation, was fired by U.S. President Donald Trump on May the 9th, 2017. Once again, the blame game with so many holes in it. Of course, it's all fake because Trump doesn't want any of his followers to know the truth. Actual historical dates do not lie. Okay? And then somebody else says, so Trump is on Diddy's list too. All right? Okay, so let's see what you guys said over here. You said MAGA is in meltdown mode. Again, they cited Article 2. We just told you about that one. You said you don't know. I feel like if Epstein files were as we make it out to be, why did Biden not release it? Because he probably was on it too. No, shit. Okay, let's keep it real. The files once released may be a big letdown as opposed to what we were led to believe. I believe there are a lot of high-powered people on that list, because they were very sure that a list was there. Now all of a sudden, there's no list. Because I'm telling you, if there was actually a list, a lot of people's names were probably on that list. I'm talking about, people up there. So, let me tell you a little bit more about the dude that's taking her place. Hold on. Let's look him up real quick. Hold on, y'all. This is not the one. What the hell? What is this spell check just be changing everything? I mean, he has a total different name up here. Let's see. We already know his name. I'm just trying to find out some more information on him. Jay Clayton, right? Okay, let's see. Okay, so basically, it just got the same thing that I just read. He was the chairman of the SEC from 2017 to 2020. He is also a partner at the law firm Sullivan and Cromwell, LLP. But he has never served as a criminal prosecutor before, okay? He has a strong background in financial regulation and corporate law. He has not served as a criminal prosecutor before. So again, he is a close friend of former President Trump, okay? So he has never did that type of position prosecuting. So we'll see how this is going to play out, with him being the lead prosecutor, allegedly for Sean Diddy's case. Now let's see what you guys are saying. He definitely does. Right. I mean, that's all they talked about was that list. I agree. They sure did. Now it's gone. So, well, it just sounds like a cover up. I'm just being perfectly honest. This firing at this particular time seems very, very weird. Okay. Because again, why did he wait right until now to terminate this lady? Why not just wait until Diddy's sentence is over? Sentencing is over. They said he was dissatisfied with her, performance, I guess. Okay, so if you're dissatisfied with her performance, why did he wait until now to let her go? Because if he was dissatisfied with her, as they say, that was all the reason to let her go way before now. This is just very strange, the whole thing. And then what happened to the list? Okay? And getting into the list, let me tell you guys what he definitely did. One of Epstein's cellmate, or he was in jail at the time when Epstein was there. I want to tell you guys what he said. So let me change this banner. Now we're going to go right into Epstein. Well, cancel going to use it on here. Let's just take this one out. Make sure I spell his name right. Hold on, let me get the story, y'all. Hold on for 1 second. Let's see. Let me find the interview. So this man served time in the same cell as Epstein. Like I just said, that's what I said at first, huh? So I had it right. Let me help me change it. Okay. Let me tell y'all something. About 50 years from now, when all of us are gone, they're going to come out and let you guys know. Well, not us. Well, our kids, or whatever the case is. There was a list. And then they're going to read the entire names on it. Okay? Just watch. You won't see it. I won't see it, but I bet they will. So anyway, Epstein's former cellmate. Well, I don't know if he was a cellmate with him, but it says the man who served time in the same cell. So I'm thinking they were there together. As Epstein says, there's just no way he was able to unalive himself. It would be almost impossible. Okay? So he was held at the same prison cell as the late ex-offender. So I don't think he was in there with him, but he was held at the same prison cell. All right? And he told News Nation on Monday there was just no way Epstein could have committed the S word in the cell. Now, why is that, one would ask? So let's see. He said, well, listen, I spent 7 months on that tier and in those cells, and the first thing I have to say, there is just no way you are able to commit the S word. There's just no way. There's just no way to hang yourself. There's nothing from the ceiling. There's nothing from you would have to be a midget and work really hard to try to hang yourself. And I don't think you're going to accomplish it at that point. As far as the cameras being off, I haven't experienced that. I did 8 years in prison, and I have never experienced cameras being broken in a perfect storm of correctional officers not walking those cells. They walk in and they look in on you all the time. As a matter of fact, sometimes it's embarrassing to go to the toilet because they are walking past you and looking in the cell constantly. So I have said this from day one. I do not believe it was the S word. I can't talk about what happened to him, but I don't believe it was a S word because you just couldn't physically do it. It would be almost impossible to do it. The thing is, though, if he's going to sit there and do this interview and say he could have done it, so what you mean you can't talk about what happened to him? I guess he mean he don't know exactly what happened to him, but he does know that there's no way he could have unalived himself in that cell. He also said, not only would you not have the privacy, I don't understand how you would be able to do it. You have to hang yourself from something. There's nothing on the ceiling that you can hang a bed sheet on. The bed is not that high. I mean, you would have to try to lie down on the floor in some way because Jeffrey Epstein was a fairly big guy. And then he said, especially from what I understand, Jeffrey Epstein was on the S word watch for a while. They watch you very, very closely. Trust me on that. So I just can't buy it. I cannot buy it. I'm sorry. And I have no horse in this race other than my experience and the fact that I just couldn't see it happening. So he does not believe he committed the S word. He said it's just it's impossible. Now, Epstein's brother, Mark Epstein, who I definitely talked about when I did a live on Epstein about a year and a half ago, he has also criticized the claim that Epstein committed the S word, suggesting his brother, the notorious PEDO, who has been accused of operating an elite blackmail ring, was most likely murdered. Okay, and he's still talking about that, and he definitely was talking about that about a year ago because I did a whole live on him when he said that he's going to find out what happened to his brother, and there's no way he could have, ended his own life. So let's see what you guys are saying over here. You said Trump is crazy. He might fire her on impulse. Trump don't need to be no president or nothing like this. You got that right. He definitely does not need to be doing that. Somebody said exactly. Then there's the missing minute or so of surveillance footage at the exact time of unaliving. Doesn't take a rocket science degree to figure this one out. Good God, when can we get this taken care of and get this crime boss behind bars where he belongs? Got a picture of Donald Trump up here, you guys. And somebody said Trump had him silenced. Okay. And then somebody else said that Trump is on the list, allegedly. Somebody said, I wonder why everyone is jumping up and down about Trump when Biden had this information since 2022. Do you really think if Trump was on the list, they wouldn't have used it? Use common sense, people. The thing about it, what y'all keep on failing to realize is that all of these rich people probably all doing shit together. You just never know, Like I said, if there is a list, you guys will probably be shocked at the names. You said Epstein was allowed to make an unmonitored call 1 hour before his unaliving. There is 2 minutes and 53 seconds missing from the tape, and that's the time when somebody came into his cell and unalive him and made it look like the S word. Okay, that's why that's gone. Okay. And then somebody said Ghislaine knows. Why is she allowed to remain silent? So somebody said she went to trial. They should have nailed her then. Now she's threatening to talk, and she was tried on the federal level, meaning he's going to pardon her. You want out, you don't talk. She's as sick as they were. She's not saying the word. And that's why that's what could make, us believe that they are all connected. Okay? Somebody else said the whole wide world knows what happened. Like I said, everybody is blaming different presidents and things like that. But honestly, it could be that a lot of them are, was on their list. You just never know. And secretly, working together, whatever the case is. Somebody said everybody is involved, whether they are in the office or out of the office. And they said nobody believes he unalived himself. So like I said, it just, it's really almost right here in front of our eyes, what these people be doing. But at the same time, since we don't know for sure, we just have to basically say we think and just go by that because we don't know for sure. But again, something made Trump get rid of this lady before Diddy's actual trial. And then he appoints this other dude who is his friend and put him in that position, and he has never done any cases like that before. That's weird. It's very strange. It's very strange. But like I just said, and this cellmate says that there's no way Jeffrey Epstein unalived himself in the cell because it's almost virtually impossible. Period. All right. So y'all tell me what y'all think in the comments section about all the stuff we just talked about. All right. And let me tell y'all one more story and then we are going to be done. Actually, I may save that one until tomorrow. It's actually like TDJs, I believe. I'll save that one until tomorrow. All right. So let me give y'all a couple of breaking news articles and then we're getting ready to get out of here because I've been on here for an hour and 14 minutes. So let's see here. So I think we have some updates on the lady who unalived the manager at McDonald's. Let me just see if this is any updated information. Let's see. So like I just told y'all before yesterday, this lady is scheduled to return to court for a probable cause conference. And then her preliminary examination is scheduled for July 30th. So she has the 23rd, in the 30th of this month. Okay. They also did a balloon release for this manager. And the thing about this chick, Muhammad, I forgot her first name. She admitted to the detectives that she had intended to unalive Harris, the manager. All right. She stabbed this manager as many as 15 times. So that's really all they have right here updated on this lady. And like I told you yesterday, we'll be checking just to make sure because this is a crazy case. So if she does get bond, okay, hold on, let me go to it. Her bond was at $25 million. It's cash, surety only, and with these conditions. But I don't see her coming up with that money to get out. But if she does, she must wear a steel cuff, GPS teether. She can't leave the state of Michigan. She must report a change of address within 24 hours. She must have stringent daily contact with community corrections about her whereabouts. She must undergo alcohol and drug testing. She can't have any contact with the family of the victims or witnesses, and she can't return to McDonald's, to that McDonald's location. So I told y'all about that story in detail the other day, so it's a damn shame. And as I get more and more updates, I'm going to be letting y'all know what's happening with that case, okay? And let's see what else we got here. Hey, Mosada, thank you so much for being here. It's definitely sad. She definitely needed help and nobody paid attention. You got that right. Let's see. So let me tell y'all a story about this teenage girl who gave birth to her baby in Walmart. And then she put the baby in a trash can, you guys. I mean, I don't know what's wrong with these people. It's crazy. Hurry up. We got about 10 more minutes. Let me see if I can do this. So anyway, her dad, Jerry Lee Martinez, 45, was arrested and charged with abandoning and endangering a child with criminal negligence. Excuse me, y'all. So let's see. So a newborn baby was discovered in a trash can at Walmart on Monday, July the 14th. Officers checked surveillance and saw a teen entering the store, spending around 40 minutes in the restroom before leaving from the store and getting into a car. The teen's father was arrested and charged with abandoning or endangering a child with criminal negligence. Police in Texas are investigating the unaliving of a newborn baby. Hold on. People got this crap on here. That was found in a Walmart trash can on Monday, July the 14th. An employee called 911 after a maintenance worker discovered the infant in the trash can just under 10 p.m. That's crazy. Anyway, officers responded to the store on East General Cavazos Boulevard in Kingsville and found employees attempting life-saving efforts on the child. The newborn was rushed to the hospital where doctors pronounced the infant unalive. That's crazy. So let's see. The thing about it is, did her father know? Or what? Or did he send her in the bathroom? This is weird, a weird story. Somebody said that teenager should be charged too. She was there, she knew where her father did. She did nothing to protect her child. Animals protect their young. You did nothing. Keep your legs closed next time. Right. Somebody said, so her father was arrested. It doesn't say if he even knew. Maybe she said she needed to go to the bathroom. I don't know. I'm just looking at both sides. Somebody said, I think the father is the father of the baby. I hope I'm wrong. They said, I bet he is, because he told her to get rid of that little baby. Okay? But why? That's stupid. You're going to have a child and throw the child in the garbage can? That's stupid. You said postpartum. I don't know about that. Post crazy. Okay, let's keep it real. So they didn't tell us the entire story, okay? Because again, a lot of people was asking, how was the father arrested? And they don't indicate this in this article. So the thing is, I'm thinking that maybe the father knew that she was pregnant and may have, told her to do certain things. I don't know. But anyway, he was arrested, okay? And I don't know if the teenager was, but he was. They probably did this to him, arrested him, because he probably knew that his daughter was going in the bathroom to have this baby and things like that. You just never know. Some people are, some real liars, okay, point blank. So you just never know. But anyway, my condolences are expressed out, to whomever the baby daddy is, if it's not the dad. Hopefully it wasn't the dad. That's just what they were saying in the comment section. I don't understand why she went in the bathroom having a baby and throwing the baby in a trash can. Why she thought she was going to get away with that. That's weird. That's crazy. Okay, one more story and that's going to be it. Maybe, let's see. I think that may be it. Because everything else I'll tell you guys every Friday. Here's one more story, that's it. Okay. I know this off of my, I just knew it because I read it so many times. Anyway, a toddler passed on because the toddler was left in a car when temperatures in the car went all the way up to 107 degrees. Now, this baby was only 1 year old, okay? And his mom left him in the car while she did a facial treatment, okay? When they found that little baby, he had a body temperature of 107 degrees. Now, they said when they brought him to the hospital, he did not have no pulse, or any other signs of life, but they still tried to work on him to bring him back, okay, for 40 minutes. Anyway, the mother has been charged, she has pleaded not guilty to charges of involuntary manslaughter and 2 counts of child cruelty. She's been held on more than $1 million bail. It is due back in court next week. Now, this woman right here, when she left her child in the car, I think this is the one who went in there and got some lip fillers or something, I believe. I think this is the same lady. And she did have her car turned on, okay? But in the car that she has, which is a 2022 Toyota Corolla hybrid, when you have the air conditioner on, okay, after a while, it automatically turns off. So even though she left the air on and it was set to 60 degrees, she was in there so damn long that the car turned off, okay? And instead of her dumb self going back out periodically, checking on her kids, she didn't do that. She continued to stay inside wherever she was at, get her hair done and do the most, versus going out there and getting lip fillers and shit, versus going out there checking on her kids. You know what I'm saying? And then if she would have went out there every 30 minutes, she would have seen that damn engine went out and then it cut off. And so the engine cuts off, then no air. Yeah. If you leave that car in park for an hour, it's going to turn off. So those kids were in that car with no air for at least an hour and a half. She's dumb as shit. All right? A straight up weirdo. And she's a dumbass. Because we know getting down well, a lot of cars will cut off if you leave them on. And secondly, even if it didn't cut off, the hell you leaving your kids in a car for? A 1-year-old, I forget how old the other child is. When anything can happen, somebody can see your car running and get in your car and take your kids and everything. That's stupid. Goodness, that's really dumb. Even if it was cold, she shouldn't be leaving them little kids in there. I think the baby who passed on is 1, and I think the other one is 2 or 3 or somewhere around that age. But I know one damn thing though. You cannot leave kids in a car, period. This lady in the damn beauty place getting her daggone lip fillers in and shit. Doesn't even make any sense. That is crazy. The other baby is actually 2. But they said 1. They say different things in different articles, okay, you guys? So I think either the baby is 1 or either 2, okay? That is crazy, though. You cannot do this. These women don't never learn about leaving their kids in a daggone car. It's crazy. It's plainly crazy. There was another article came up here. So they do have a recall. Let me just tell you guys. The recall is a power stick. Okay? And this is a deodorant. Let's see. So it's the for her roll-on deodorant, the spring fresh scent, the power stick invisible protection roll-on, and power stick original nourishing invisible protection roll-on. Now let's see what's wrong with it. So I don't know what's going on with this. Let's see. So this deodorant is sold at Walmart Dollar Tree, and Amazon. Okay. So just go to hold on. Just go to, if you want to find out more about this, just type in Google more than 67,000 cases of deodorant sold at Walmart, Dollar Tree, and on Amazon are being recalled. And I don't know why they did a recall because I don't see it here. Let's see what they got here. Okay. So yeah, just type it into Google. It's a lot of information. Read over it. I just want to let you guys know it is a recall on certain types of deodorants. It said life insurance for the kids, leaving them in the car. This dodo bird was in there getting her damn lips done, you guys, okay? Let me show y'all what she looked like. Hold on. She was in there getting her damn lips done, okay? That's what she was doing. And I told y'all she's facing charges of involuntary manslaughter and child cruelty, okay? She had a 2-year-old in the car and her 1-year-old. The 1-year-old is the one that got unalive. And this is what she was in there doing. Let me go back to the story. Hold on. I'm going to show y'all 1 second. Hold on. She was doing this right here. Going in there getting them damn lips plucked up, pumped up. And leaving the kids in the damn car. Who does that stupid shit? Let me stop this. That's her right there. Okay? I can't believe she went in and got her lips done. And then she thought, because she left the air one, that she was doing okay. Why? And the thing about it, get this. They told her that she could bring the kids in there. And she decided not to. That's crazy. Now her 1-year-old is unalive. And the 2-year-old was in the hospital. Hopefully the 2-year-old pulled through. She's a psycho. Why would you leave the kids inside if they're telling you to bring them, inside the car? They're telling you to bring the kids inside the daggone place. That's crazy. So that is so weird. She had them still strapped in a car seat too. I forgot to tell you guys that. That's crazy. They said when she came back to the car at 4:30, she found the youngest one foaming at the mouth and suffering for what appeared to be a seizure. That is crazy. So they did put the other brother, the 2-year-old, in child protective custody because the mom is incarcerated. So that's crazy. And then when you buy these cars, you have to make sure you know everything about them too. See if it's equipped with anything, like an automatic shut-off feature or, any type of feature that you're not used to. Make sure you find out all about your car and then learn how to use things. That's crazy. But I still say, she should have been out there every 30 minutes to check on those kids. She really should have just brought those kids inside that daggone place where she was at. It's just crazy. Now she's using the lip filler, while being incarcerated now. That's crazy. These people don't be thinking at all. So anyway, guys, that is it for this live tonight. I went over 5 minutes, but it's cool. Shay's, hold on, let me take this up here. Thank you guys so much for watching. All right, don't forget to thumbs up this video if you enjoy this content. Subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed. And hit the bell notification so you can be notified of any upcoming videos. Make sure you share and leave a comment as well. And don't forget, if you want to show additional support, you can do a super sticker, super chat, a monthly membership for $4.99, or you can do a Cash App donation at $Shades2. Thank you guys so much. Let's see what y'all sent over in the comment section. Are y'all still speaking? It's definitely too hot and dangerous to be leaving, children and other people, who may have mental conditions or something like that, or animals in the car. That's plainly crazy. So, anyway, thank you, Jermaine. Thank you to Jermaine for being here. Young Riz, thank you for being here. Jovana, thank you for checking in, hon. Let's see who else. Tony Baines was up in this place. Thank you so much, Tony. Paul Yo Bunyan was up in this place. Thank you so much, Paul. Let's see who else was up here. Most Hated, thank you so much for coming by, showing support. Everybody in the bushes, everybody who watches this in the replay, thank you so much as well. And let's change this to, I always forget to change stuff. And Shay's thought. So let's see what my thought is tonight, you guys, before we ready to get out of here. I don't know, just be true to yourself. You know what I'm saying? Be true to yourself, try to be happy, try to live a positive life and do, what's good for you. You can't worry about what other people think you should do. You need to do what's good for yourself and get out here and have fun and, just enjoy life, because you never know, when it will be over for you. So my only thought tonight is just to be you and make sure that you drill in positivity and not negativity. Okay? So with that being said, guys, you guys have a blessed night. Thank you so much for watching. Let me go ahead and change these banners. And if you guys want to leave a comment regarding everything that we talked about, make sure you definitely do that. I can't even find a dick on that. Y'all make sure y'all catch my Country Rain reaction video in the morning or tomorrow afternoon. All right. So we're going to put this other one up here and we are out of here. All right, guys. Good night, and I'll see y'all tomorrow with another Fab Live full of information. I got a lot of other stuff to tell you guys about as well. Like TJ, what's his name? TD Jakes, and just a lot of other stuff. And I'll tell you guys about that tomorrow. So y'all take care. Have a good night and a happy and blessed Thursday. All right, guys. Y'all take, and I'll see y'all next time in my next video.
Yo, turn the lights down low and the drama up. She's late, she's loud, and she live. Woo! You already know who it is. Shades 2, baby. She back again. Crowd lit, vibe on 10. Shay walk in like we back again. News, tea, jokes and spins. She don't do small talk, she go in. From the headlines to the comment section, she call names with no correction. You tuned in, don't act brand new. It's late night, baby, she got that view.
It's late night with Shay.
She say what she want and laughs all day. Live on Shay's tube, press replay. You thought I lacked game, back again.
It's late night with Shay.
She say what she want and and laughs all day. Live on Shay's Tube, press replay. You thought I left, nah, I'm back again. Popcorn ready, wig on alert. She dropped one line, is somebody hurt? Talk show queen with a side of roast. She run this thing from coast to coast. Late on purpose, still on time. She hit you with shade, then call it a rhyme. Talk smart, talk slick, talk flame. Say the name right here, late night with Shay.
Late night with Shay.
She say what she want and laughs all day. Live on Shay's Tube, press replay. You thought I left, nah, I'm back again.
Late night with Shay.
She say what she want and laughs all day. Live on Shay's Tube, press replay. You thought I left, nah, I'm back again. That's right. News, drama, laughs, whatever else you feel like. One mic, one queen. Late night with Shay. On Shay's Tube, she back again.
Late night with Shay.
Yeah, she say what she want and laughs all day. Live on Shay's Tube, press replay. Now you thought I left, nah,